Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to Babes Tiny Farm. I don't know why I'm calling it that, but welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm Babe, and I'm here in Ghana, Africa. And I'm on my little homestead that I'm building here. It's under construction, so mind the mess. And they are feeding my new chicks. They're sasso birds, guys, so they're hybrid. Let me tell you a little about the chickens. They're hybrid chickens. They're very disease resistant, hardy. They're good for new beginner poultry farmers, or like me, backyard poultry farmers, and not on a commercial base. So this is why I got them. For starters, you need something like this until you get the hang of how to take care of your chickens. You breed them. They were bred for chickens. They were bred for eggs and meat also. So you could raise them and sell them for meat after a while if you're doing it for business, but I'm not. I'm doing it for my own consumption, my own house. So they are at the growing stage, so they're now feeding on growers mash. They can forage. They're very good foragers. They go out and they dig. This is what the seller told me, and this is what I got from doing research on Google and YouTube. The same thing what he told me. They're good foragers, that they could go out in the yard and they'll survive and eat. You wouldn't have to buy much feed. But I choose to feed them right now and keep them enclosed. I'm going to build a run, but I have a lot going on, so I have to wait and build in the run. I didn't want to build a run right away because I still have the roof going on and all kind of other stuff. But I needed them to be in my own coop because they were up at the poultry farm, the bigger poultry farm up there. I was housing them up there, and he did me a great favor by housing them there until I could build me a coop. So that's where I'm at with the chicks. My garden, is coming along. It takes a lot of work, and you might not see me working on camera. I do go down there, I do weed. I just can't do a lot. A little story about myself. I used to do a lot of this stuff by myself. I was outside in my garden moving big heavy blocks by myself. In my old home, I work a lot, so my body can't do it anymore. So if you see me hiring people to help me, that's because I have that liberty to hire people to help me now. I have back issues. I can't be bending all the time. I can't. So, and that's because I did a lot of it. I did a lot of it in my younger age by myself, trying to do it by myself, and I'm not going to kill myself anymore. I just have that liberty to have help, and I'm going to have help. So, for those who think I'm not. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Helping, I do. It's just I can't do a lot. So now that I got that out, so I am doing as little at a time. I learn, ask for help. We come here. I'm going to talk about this. Let me talk about this. The strong American woman, we could do it ourselves. We don't need a man. We don't this, and we could. I still come here with some of that mentality, and I have to learn. Okay, I have to let it go. I'm no longer that strong, independent woman I used to be because I was too independent. You know what? I'm still independent, but what I'm saying is I'm not as independent because I can't do the things I used to do on my own anymore. You know, so I have to let go. You have to let go of that mentality that, oh, we have to be independent. We don't need a man. We don't need a man. We need a man. We need man in our life. That's why God put them there. We need man. And we need help. You know, we do. We ain't everything we could do on our own. You know, in all the time we could do things on our own. So we do need help. We do need somebody in our life. We do need companionship. So when you come here with strong independent, I don't need a man, I don't need this. In this country, you're gonna have to deal with a man somehow. I'll tell you that. So therefore, you know who I'm talking to, guys. You know these strong independent women that come and want to move to Ghana and do their stuff. Listen, it's not that easy, okay? You need somebody you're gonna need. So I got help, and that's what I do. So I had to learn, and you know, I had to learn by, you know, Super Shadi telling me, no, don't do it, sit down, don't do it, you know, looking out for me and telling me, don't do it, you know, we could help, you know, let them do it, you know. I had that, and it's still not sinking in my head, you know, let them do it, don't do it, don't get hurt, you know. That still hasn't sinking quite yet in my head, that I could let people do things for me, even if they do it wrong, teach them how to do it. I'm learning that here every day. And if they mess up one time, you know, I'm a nurse, I'm a teacher, I'm a, you know, that type of person. So if they mess up one time, I have a lot of patience, you know, because I work in a field with kids and with older people, and, you know, you have to have patience when you're working in the medical field or in the school system. And that I do have, because those are the jobs that I had. So I know, and people always tell me I have the patience. So I have to have patience with the younger people that's helping and teach them, because they don't know. You know, they think they know, and you have to sit back and let them sometimes fail to show them you don't know. Listen. So the patience. Anyway, I'm ranting this morning. For those of you who just joined me, you know, new subscribers, I am going to go down there later, but in the morning I come out here and have my coffee and enjoy. Today is very, very foggy. It's a lot of humidity in the air, as you could see. After fixing my poly tank, we finally did laundry, but we did it late yesterday, so they couldn't dry. You know, they have to stay out here so they could dry. But other than that, everything else is... Are they getting dry? You don't have to do that by hand. You could do these by hand, but this one you could use the hose. Okay. I'll show you. I'm going down here to show Miney how to turn on the borehole to fill the poly tank, because we did a lot of washing. So we need to fill that back up. And when we fill in the poly tank, we water the plants also. So let me show him. But it's been raining. They actually probably don't need watering. So Ima is teaching Baini how to turn on the borehole, and see, I could have taught him that, but he speaks in his language better. So if you think I'm not hands-on, I'm hands-on. I'm telling them, tell him to show him, because I was explaining, but sometimes they say yes, and they don't understand. So Now, now tell him how the tank, turn the tank on. If the tank is not being full, check see if the tank and how to turn it on and off when the borehole is on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
No, the tank
Okay.
going up to the top, the poly tank.
But like, who is soon, but we are maybe sure.
They could run at the same time when you watering the plants with the hose. This hose to turn this hose off. But if you don't want the poly, because this would get full, you have to turn it off there.
Okay. But we be 24 hours.
That's for the top.
Okay.
So now the poly tank is full in. But if you want to turn that hose on without this full in, you have to turn it off. Okay. Guys, look at the hens and their little roasting or poaching, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what's the proper name. I call it poaching, but it's roasting, I believe. Correction. I don't know. Different places call it different stuff. That's the first time I see it up there. I need to create that second one. When the carpenter come, I'll have him fix it nicely in the corner where they could sit and out the way. And for those who keep saying I need laying boxes, I know I need laying boxes. The plan is to make laying boxes, but they're not laying right now, so I did not lay. The carpenter has to come back. We have a lot of work going on here, so remember I said I have wood, but to get it done properly I might need more of this wood, right? I'm reusing. I don't want to buy. I bought a few 2x4s and 2x2s to make this because I was using this. But you see this? You see this wood? All this wood I have here? I want to reuse. So before I could make that, I need some of this wood to come down, right? And I can't take this down until it's properly cured and dry. So when I say I'm going to do something, just it's going to come. It's going to come. Just things takes time. I'm taking my time. I'm budgeting. I don't want to be out of money. So I have to budget, right? So if I have wood here, why I have to keep buying little wood? That's why I'm making my stuff out of the bamboo here. Now they still have to use some of this wood because I'm adding more stuff to the top that they're gonna have to cast. So I'm going to need these bamboo and wood again. The plywood I have plenty. See, I have plenty plywood down there. But the 2x4s and the boards is what I need. The Wawa boards is what I need to make the what you call it. I asked the carpenter why he can't use the plywood. He said, and the plywood is cheap. I never see plywood fall apart like these plywood. And I didn't buy the cheap ones, so I can't imagine the real cheap ones if I had bought the real cheap ones. But you know, in the islands we put on plywood for everything, and in the States we use a lot of plywood too, and it's not this cheap. This thing like shrivels apart easily, come apart like they ain't press it good together. You know, that's why it's called plywood, because it's like pressed, compacted together. But this stuff, oh, it's so cheap. So he said it wouldn't last. The best thing to use is the boards, because the boards is like the whole trees that they cut, if you guys don't know what the Wawa boards is. So it's sturdy and harder and would last longer. I said, okay, I agree. Got that chicken up there. So that's why I haven't built the layer boxes. You guys think I'm gonna have all this wood and not build layer boxes? Look at all this wood laying around. And that's because we've been working and stuff, you know, the upstairs. That's why I was keeping all my extra wood. And over here, look at over here, have all those little pieces. You know how much things I could probably build with these little pieces. But I need the longer ones to build, to keep the structure. You need the longer ones. So also gonna be piece if we try to put all these little pieces together to build a laying box. Just wanted to come on and say that. And I just wanted to correct myself earlier. I said, oh, we need a man. It's not that we need a man. We need someone. We need someone in our life. You know, we can't be alone. You know, the independent, I could do it alone. I could do this and I could do that. I'm strong woman. Woman power. Me movement. I'm not saying the me movement is wrong, but I'm not saying independent woman is not good, but sometimes we do too much and sometimes it affects our life. We need somebody in our life, okay? We need people around us. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because don't come after me, you know. I'm just saying some people just need people. You can't do everything alone. My independency caused me to be more dependent now, okay? That's what I was trying to say. My strong independency in your older age. Well, I'm not old, so people keep saying I'm like 60s and all that. No, but in my more mature age, I can't do the things I used to do because of my independency. That's what I'm trying to say. I used to live blocks like these. I used to dig and do all this. I landscape my own garden. I did my irrigation system. I know how to do piping. So when they're doing stuff like that and they're telling me one thing, I could say, no, why don't you use, like he was trying to use an expensive PPR pipe to just build a little, what happened to PVC? It's just a little extra pipe down there, you know? You know, the connectors, the couplings and the elbows and all of that. I know how to do because I did that. And that's why I can't do it anymore, because I was so independent. That's what I was trying to explain. I hope people get it and don't come after me for voicing my opinion or my experience. Being independent caused me to be more dependent now. That's what I was trying to say. All right, see you guys soon. I'm coming over here to get some soil so I could mix my potting soil. Remember, I'm mixing my potting soil with just a few buckets, okay? I mean a few shovels, not much. I don't need a lot of this one. So I use, I'm using the wheelbarrow because I'm going to mix it in the wheelbarrow this time. The last time I was mixing. Yes, like that. And then I'm going to mix it with the other. I like this soil here because it's sandy, but yet it's some clay. They use it for my building, but it's not as hard as this one over here. This one came from the grounds when we graded, so we could use it for the fillings. But we're putting it back certain places. But this one here was for the building, but I like this soil. When I mix it with the cocoa peat and the manure, it's good. It makes a nice potting soil. That's just enough right there. That's okay. These lumps I'm going to, when I mix it, it gets better. See, this is how it looks before I mix, but when I mix it, it's going to get more. It's okay. Do like one more. Like, yeah. And then we gonna mix the. Yeah. That's good.
It's okay.
Yeah. Then we gonna mix the cocoa peat and other stuff with it. these look like they're starting to catch themselves back. You know, plants have a way of surviving. I told him not to spray. I think he was spraying and I'm not knowing. Ima sometimes take it upon himself to do things and don't let you know. You know, if we had sprayed it one time, we didn't need to spray it for about a week or 2 weeks. He was spraying it, it looked like, and it was too much. You know, these plants didn't affect these. I think because the morning I got up, I saw him spraying these, but it didn't affect these. You know, they like to use that sprayer for some reason. It's like everything is spray, 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 spray. And even though it was natural, it's a little too much. So yeah, these flowers are coming. I gotta knock these down because they're useless. Somebody knocked the top off of this. Get rid of it out the way. My pile along there completely, like, since the water, I have to go check the pile that I had for some good soil that I was trying to make some compost. But now that it has water down there, don't need to weed one day at a time. Now we're gonna add some cocoa peat. We need a lot more of that one, and then some of this one. Yeah, that's the chicken manure. And I think this is chicken manure. We could use that one. Just take the whole bag, either cow or chicken manure. Let me look what's inside. Yeah, that's manure. I don't know which one it is. Let's add the whole bag. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's so much water. Okay, now let's add this one. This gonna absorb some of that water. Yeah. Ooh, that smells. That must be cow manure. But it's okay. It's supposed to smell. Pick the whole thing. Can you lift it? Or bring this head closer. And just dump it in. Not the whole bag, but something. Yeah, keep going, keep going. Keep going. We need a lot more of that. More, yeah, more. Okay, let me see what it looks like now. Now we're gonna mix it. To mix when it wet. So what we're making here is a nice loam soil with clay, the fertilizer. I added the cow manure. It looked like it's been there for a while. It's really strong. But if I added the chicken manure, it's a lot better, I think. How it's broken down. So I have to add more cocoa peat to this mixture. And it's wet, so it's hard to really mix. I might need to leave it dry for a couple of days. Okay, let's add more cocoa peat because it's too. Might have to add the whole bag.
We can. Sure. You were like 5 count and good was it. You were any more than
That's good.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's good. Guys, what I did here is make my own. Guys, what I did here is make my own potting soil with the cocoa peat, the sandy clay soil over there that they have for construction, and cow manure that I had sitting there. The cow manure was pretty strong because it's been wet sitting there for a while. But this is what we came up with. So it's looking good. I don't know if it's as good as the last set that I made, but I'm making my own potting soil for my seedlings upstairs, and I'm using what is in my environment to make my potting soil. I have poultry farm here that I got some chicken manure. This time I didn't put chicken manure. I put some cow manure, and I don't want it to be too strong for my seedlings, so I just put the cow manure. I wish I had used the chicken manure because the chicken manure has more chips in it and it's good for drainage. You know, when you're not using the wood chips in it, it gets compacted like the clay, even though I add the cocoa peat. So I'm making my own potting soil. I was just explaining to Biney here why I'm doing it, you know, and using the cocoa peat where it's made from, because they don't know all the coconut core that they have on the side of the road that they use when they're selling coconut could make cocoa peat, and what a good business that is, because they have a lot of Quebec, which is coconut in tree, Quebec, that could actually make cocoa peat. It's the coconut core that it's made from. It's dried, crushed, and processed out in the sun for days and made into cocoa peat. Some of them press them into cubes and sell them, because a lot of greenhouse and hydroponics gardens are using cocoa peat. So look at that one. That one is like Ebony's child. Not Ebony, Diamond, sorry. Okay, let me mix some more. So we're adding some more because the bottom soil didn't get mixed. So we're gonna blend this good with the other soil. More cocoa peat. I used the whole bag, but at least I have some soil for a while to do my transplanting of my seedlings. So guys, we mixed the soil. I made loam soil. Well, this is my version of loam soil from what I have around here, so I don't have to buy. I use what I have to make my soil, so I could do some potting of my seedlings. Me and Biney here. Now I'm going to take probably this bucket and a small bucket upstairs too, and if I need more, then I'll take the rest. But that's what I'm going to do. Picking up these bags because I plant in these bags too, but if they stay out here, they get rot really easily in the sun. So I still have some. You know what? I think this is some more. What's in this? Oh, that's chicken manure. Okay, I should have used that, but it's okay. We'll use that next time. So, and then I need that for some of my beds that I'm going to create. So these two are going upstairs so I could transplant some seedlings. And that's it. So, yes. Making my own loam soil is cost effective because I'm using my construction sand, what they call sand, but it's really dirt to me. And what I have, cow manure, chicken manure that I have here. But look at my flowers. Look at how, these are the roadside flowers. You see, I know if I put these down, they're gonna fill one area, but they're beautiful. So I'm letting them multiply a little. You see how fast they're multiplying? And these ones, these didn't catch. So what I noticed is the way I cut them, these that I cut like on the elbow, germinated, rooted better. These are not going to root. I don't have my proper rooting mechanisms, and I just was trying in this soil, and the big plant didn't survive. Just the ones, like I said, that had this one didn't root either. These look like they're rooted, so let's see how they survive. Puss, watch out. So anyway, I'm going to take those upstairs so I could do some transplanting, and that's it. Then I'm doing some laundry. So guys, stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Let me show my face. So I'm going to this room to try and do some stuff in there. I got furniture in there. Been trying to do laundry. Rain, a little rain came. Had to take some of those clothes off. So the cabinet guy is coming to do bring the table that he made. If you guys remember, he took the top piece of what that thing called, not granite, but the other one. You know what I'm talking about, the countertop, and made a table. So these plants look like they're starting to catch themselves, the new growth. I've been so busy, I didn't have time to come down here to deal with these. I need to prune off some of this. I think it's the seaweed. I think he's been putting too much. I didn't know he was spraying them in the morning. Somebody told me I keep blaming him for everything. Even for everything, I need to give him a break. But if he's doing it, what do you want me to do? Not correct it? So I didn't know he was spraying. One morning I got up and saw him spraying. So it looked like it's too much for the plant. And they've been dying. It's been curling. I think ever since we started the seaweed, that's what happened. Too much of something. I don't have my pruners, but see, the new growth is coming, and they're not yellowing like before. The new growth was yellowing. I need to go upstairs and but I have other things that I'm doing, that I'm preparing, but I just wanted to come down and look at these for a minute. Sometimes, you know, you get help and they think they're helping, so you got to let them know. Don't do things on their own. You got to follow instructions. You just can't do your own thing. So if I'm correcting someone, that don't mean I am being tough on them. You have to correct them. How else they gonna know? How else? This is something that's wrong with our children today. You can't tell them nothing, right? They know everything. So, and as for my tree down there, Yesterday I said it could be from the avocado tree is dying. And what I said is what I said. It's what's happening. My experience. So people who saying I'm blaming Ima for it. He's the one that used the weed eater, right? He don't know how to use the weed eater, but he rushes. And I'm trying to teach him how to use it to make his life easier so he doesn't have to use a cutlass here or anywhere else he go. I'm trying to show him new things. But he goes too fast and rush to do things. That's just him. He does everything on his own, try to do things fast, don't ask questions. I showed this in an earlier video where he took the weed eater and did it around the tree like this and damaged the trunk and damaged the shaft of the tree. So what does this look like? Bacteria, right? So now look at the tree. Now it's raining a lot. Some type of bacteria or fungus probably got in it, killing the tree. Did I do this? No, I'm not blaming him. That's what it is. It is what it is, right? So people need to just take it easy. If I'm correcting, I'm correcting. I didn't do this. I didn't do this to the tree. Who did it? And if I'm telling him that's what he did to correct what he's doing so he don't do it again, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, it is what it is. People like to just talk. So, there's my bananas, my plantains. They're getting so huge. But a lot needs to happen down here. My plants, my pile, oh, it's growing all kind of stuff out of it. I have to turn it because the rain, man. I have a pile where I'm trying to compost naturally. Down here is just waterlogged. Waterlog. I appreciate any help that I get. I appreciate it, but if somebody's doing wrong that I don't like, I'm going to say. Because people don't know. Oh, these rotten. These look like cassava that rotten. I wonder if any of these cassava good. With the rain, that's what happens. You have to try later and see if any of these cassava is still good. Because these cassava is from last year. So, look at the papaya tree. This is what the water did. So much rain. In every plant like water. And I don't think that's the problem with the avocado tree. It did have water down here, but it wasn't that bad. I think it's the beating up at the trunk. Because look how thick this trunk was, and he took the weed eater and take all that layer off. And I think that's what the problem is. And I'm not blaming nobody. That's what it is. It is what it is. So, all the rest of this have to get weeded. One day at a time. But I have to go deal with something else because the cabinet guy is coming and I have furniture in this room. And let's go check on the chicks. It's mid-afternoon, like 1 or 2 o'clock. We don't normally come out here. But this one, he gonna follow me wherever I go. We don't normally come out here this hour. But we out here. So, I'm going to check. So, here is where I'm building my my cucumber These posts has to get put in correctly. And these tomatoes probably need some fertilizing. That fertilizer that I was making, the natural fertilizer, not the seaweed thing, because it don't look like the seaweed works good from on the tomatoes. Because look at these. I haven't put seaweed fertilizer on here. And they're looking good. They're starting to do some yellowing, which I need to get some of these off. These bottom leaves, when these start to yellow, you gotta take them off. And that's normal. So these tomatoes are coming nice. I gotta prune some leaves to open up because they're too close. And this was another mistake that I'm correcting and teaching him, that they have to be farther away, and there's nothing wrong with correcting somebody. I'm not blaming. You know, that's the thing with people, you know. Everything you do and say. Just one here, I don't know what's happening. I think they have so much fruit. They need air. These yellowing. These need fertilizing. These yellowing too much. Yeah, this one is yellowing. I have to fertilize that one. Lots of fruits. Lots of fruits. This one here, something is going on. And I gotta take the time out to deal with these tomatoes. This one here turning again some type of disease, yeah. This one getting some type of... The tomatoes don't look healthy either. Like these ones over here. So I'm going to... Hello, chickies. They're still afraid. Hey, guys. Hello. I have to raise this up. This gotta get fixed today. That's the pastor and some lady. I don't know what they're looking for. Maybe up there to find out. Look at this kitty hiding in here. I gonna clean out in here. You gonna not be so hidden. Let me look at the onions. See what the onions doing. You know, they didn't. They were close, but they're still doing well and putting out fruit. And these seeds are coming, so I'm going to take the seeds. I don't know if these lettuce are good. See, these is lettuce that I pick up in the market. Yeah, some of them onions didn't survive. Look at that. Nah, them onions is no longer doing well. But the seeds here are coming. I'm going to get seeds from now. I don't know if these lettuce ever does well, because I bought them in the market, but I'm going to collect more seeds. I should go get mine, but I have other things up in the house to do. So, but I just wanted to come and check on the chicks. And they're chilling. They're doing well. It's nice though. It's nice. It should have been a little taller. It's too short.
It's too short, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to go higher than this.
Yeah, because it's nice with the black legs, but it's short. I know you guys eat with short table, but you see, they're hitting our legs.
But it's good for eating.
It's good for how you
For
eat.
eating, yeah.
It's good for how you eat, but for how we eat up on top, how we gonna fit our legs in?
Maybe you have to try this.
How we gonna fit our legs? So what he's doing is fixing the level of the table. But these clothes, I had to take up off the line because it was raining. Sorry, I'm recording. So the rain, I had to bring my clothes in so they could dry, or else I'll be forever drying clothes. Guys, this is my makeshift dryer. So he's leveling the table.
Or you want me to do another leg again so that you come and change the top and put it on.
No, there's no way you could add like something to this one to bring it up a little.
You should add something on there to bring it up.
Like
stocking.
yeah,
Yeah.
like something on the
Like a
bottom.
stocking, yeah.
Because I just need to come up a little.
Exactly.
Because I'm used to this size.
Yeah, so we had they sell it in town, stocking. And so 4.
They sell it in like a leg like this.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
you're saying?
Yes.
So where can I get the legs?
This one we'll get it in Accra.
Oh.
Yes.
For people who made these type of furniture, can we get legs like
Yes.
to add to these?
Yeah, we just get it and then turn it and screw it under. And it has adjustment, like the way the room is not level. You can adjust one side,
Yeah.
fit with the area.
And you buy these legs at a furniture place?
Yes.
Okay.
When we buy the accessories of this handles and stuff, they sell it.
Oh,
You know, some of
okay.
the kitchen cabinet, it has leg under.
Yeah.
You can sweep under.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I'll need to bring it up a little more so our legs could fit on that. I know you guys eat on those low tables.
Yeah, we eat in low. So even this one I thought it's too high.
You thought it's too high?
Yes.
Because you guys eat on those
We
low
eat on
tables.
low table.
Yeah, but we eat on higher tables. So, okay.
So I've taken it, but still it's not enough. It's
okay.
not high, and then it's required.
Yeah, and I like those that are just because no floor, no matter once you put tile, even with the fridge, you have to adjust it.
Exactly.
And the stove has those that are adjust
Yes,
also.
So then when you're back, I don't know how long you are staying. Then
Yeah.
we can bring it and then we screw it and then we adjust it. So this one can come anyhow you want. It's like something like this.
Yeah.
Like
That's
4
what I
inches.
need. That's what I need. So I need something like those size.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Is there?
Okay, that's fine. So Jerry is still here. He's fixing the one door back there. It was off a little and not closing properly. And he came to bring the table. But the table is a little too short. I don't know what he was thinking, and I told him the height of the one table I got in there. And he probably didn't write it down and made it short because it's been a while since I told him, and he went with that piece. So now I have to find legs, which would be nice to make it look more decorative, to put like a little color, like silver or gold legs on there. So now I have to find where I could get legs, but I think I'm going to be okay. I would just raise it up myself, and it's a small table. It's not permanent. I was going to put it down in the room down there, but I put my the extra fridge and the stove in there right now, storing some stuff. And when I fix that room and actually decorate that room, then and when I get a table for up here, a dining table, that's not going to be my permanent dining table, guys. Remember that, okay? It's not my permanent dining table. The other table is just like a outside table, plastic table that I got from Malcolm. So that's coming outside here. Somewhere for me to sit in the mornings and do I'm going to do some cotton and these rubber. So I'm out here while he is fixing. So he got that table. Now I need to get some legs. He needed to raise up my cabinets inside, so he came to raise that up a little. It was slightly off. At least he comes back. He took a long time to come back, a long time to get here, but he's back because he had that piece of stone. I don't know why my brains can't think of the name of this stone. I'm so used to granite. Anyway, that stone from the countertop, the extra piece, and I wanted him to make the base for it and round the edges, which he did, to make a small table. But it's a little too short. I need it longer. That's their type of table. You know, for a small table like that, they work and they cook. They do everything sitting. That's what they used to eating, and because they eat over their bowl when they're making soup, and it's good for that. But to put a big man on a little table, they're used to it, but I'm not used to it. Maybe I need it a little more in the middle. Maybe I may keep it like that because they like it like that, you know, outside cooking. Maybe it'll be better for out there. But it's pretty for inside, you know. I can't decide. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me go back in and show you the table again. He's forgetting one of his tools here. Anyway, sorry guys, I'm doing laundry, remember? So stuff is all over. This is the table here. And I'll show you when I sit next to it what it looks like. I don't have nobody to sit here, but let me show you. If you see, it doesn't, we used to pushing our chairs in, right? And it's smaller than the other one, the round one. I could get more seats. This one could only hold 4. How much chairs I have here? Yeah, 4 could sit at this. But they're used to this. They used to it being shorter. He said even it seemed like it was, oops, sorry, I don't want to spoil it. He just, so it seems like they use it to mash and grind and stuff and cook. If you guys understand how they prepare meals when they're outside on these little tables, and they eat like this over their food for soups. This is the table. So they eat over their food like this with their hands. So their tables, this shot is good, which it could stay like this. I don't know what he was thinking, but I told him the size of the other one that I had in here because that's what we used to. Eating with the fork and spoon. So it's a difference in culture, right? I could keep it like this. I'm starting to like my hair. Guys, I'm playing with it because I'm looking at myself in the camera, and I'm starting to like it because when I loose it out, first it was sticking all over, but now it's starting to form itself. Anyway, enough about my hair. I'm talking about this table. So he came back. He took a while. He made this table. He said he was gonna make it. His shop is far away from me, so I had to pay for transportation because it couldn't fit in his car. That's what he said. But I thought it was big because he said he couldn't fit in his car. But I think this could have fit in a car. How much things I fit in those little car? he had to put it in a Abasokai, the small Kia trucks. Anyway, had to pay for that transportation. So some of these things that they say they do for you for free, like the furniture that I picked up, it wasn't free, but it was less, but I had to pay for transportation. Transportation. Talking about transportation, my car. The patience I've had with this car and the money that I already had spent. Now I'm over it. Gearbox 2 I had from the first mechanic. The 2, every time he put one in, it didn't work. We told him to put the other one in. He's saying it's electrical, it's not matching the gearbox. He decided he sold the other gearbox. These for the people, I don't know if I said it in my earlier when I was talking, but he put it in and he took the other gearbox, the older one that he took out, and sold it to some other one of his clients and said he's going to give us the money. He's going to put this one in and he's going to split the money. Now, every time they put a gearbox in, they want new transmission fluid. So now he put in and the one he went to Abasokai that he said he's going to buy from the money from the gearbox that he sold to change it again. Now these are stories. I know these stories. I'm over them. I'm over it. They said to be patient, but I'm done with this car business here. So I'm to the point where I'm about to add a gearbox from away, get a gearbox from somewhere else, and find someone to take it in. Now, next week is a busy week for me. I can't get it next week. So he said the end of this month, which today is what? The end of the month is Sunday. So they don't work on the weekends. So let's see what's going to happen. Patient. And I've been patient. So he said he had to go back and change that last gearbox that he bought. Now, Super Shadi has been going by there and it wastes his time. We're so busy. Super Shadi is busy, I is busy. If I'm doing things here with construction going on and Super Shadi is there sitting watching them do a car, it's wasting time. He used to go there and sit all day and now they put the car in a garage where you can't come back and see them fix it. This is the tricks now. They move the car to some other garage where you can't go in because people used to come and harass them, fix the car. So Super Shadi can't go there and sit and watch them, but he was able to see the car that they were working on it. Stories. Mechanics and here in Ghana, it's not easy. These mechanics, if you think in the States they're bad and they're rip-offs, these here, oh man. Work ethics alone here is an issue. Work ethics, man. They don't have any. I'm talking truth, my experience. Not all. So if you're trying to come after me for that, not all. I'm not a liar. Don't make me out to be a liar. I'm telling you what happened to me, so I'm not lying. So anyway, I just had to get that out because people come after me, you misinformation and not telling truth and not everybody. Calm down. Abattre. Anyway, so the car next month, because I can't go for it next week, so sometime next month I will be having my car here with or without the transmission working properly. The only thing when they put that new transmission in is and sometimes it even got worse from when the first time I took it. And it depends on how good it working. I have to sell it I have to sell it, because if I don't get, I done already put the one in, it wasn't working, then they sold the other one, and then the one is not working, da 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 da. We were trying to get the money back by selling it to buy a new one to try, but it's still not working, you know. So that's my dilemma for the people who keep asking about the car, and I have to be driving, riding and through and moto and all this stuff. That's it. I want to sell it. I want to get it back so I could sell it. That's the plan, okay? That's the plan. I don't need that type of car anyway. So that's the plan, is to sell it. But I need it working. I need the transmission working so I could sell it for what I need to get for it. You guys understand? So, and if I put the money in the transmission, and they owe me for a new transmission, they owe me. So they need to go Abasokai and keep getting whatever they need to get it until it works, because they're going to have to pay me money if they don't get it working. So that's my dilemma. Patience is running low. See you guys soon. Guys, sorry, I thought I had the camera turned around. You guys in my face a lot lately. I'm so sorry. My clothes. You see those clouds? I'm doing a lot of laundry, okay? And the clouds, the rain. That's why my house is full of clothes and it's disrupted with them bringing the table. And I'm doing more laundry, because if I don't do it, I'll never get it done. The rain is going to come and come and come and come. So today is the best. So I'm back down here. They fixed that door that was tight closing. They cut off this piece. These little pieces of wood I save for firewood, because they use them to cook and start fire. Those are good fire starting wood. Kindle. I have to keep checking before this rain comes, because I need my clothes to dry. No dryer. When it's rainy like this, it's hard. So they're done. Cloudy today. It's still like 3 o'clock, still early. I got a lot done today. It's just more to do. I'm going to pick that can. Seriously. This can is ready. They wait till it's so hard. I might go upstairs and boil it. I didn't feel like I've been picking down here, but I need to come down and really, I mix my soil. That's what I'm up there doing now. I'm going to put some soil in. Yes.
You should fix the solar light.
Oh yeah, the solar light. Thanks for reminding me. This can.
You get it?
It was a big one, but look.
You should need to leave.
I need to leave it.
Yes, why now? Yes.
They're not coming.
They are coming by. The workers take his knife and then he gets it like this.
To see if it was ready?
Yes, but they didn't need to do that. But still, they will come and buy.
No, it's too. No, you don't need to leave. It's taken. No, it's too. It's done already, ruined. Because this was open. You're going to get diseases. For this can that I just plucked from here. Tell me something. Is this a little baby can tree growing out of it? And look, there's more coming. Look, I see in green. I wonder if I put this in the ground. Look, baby cans are coming. These are already germinating. And they're still soft. They're not even hard. Look at that. I'm going to try. I'm going to do an experiment. If I put them in the ground, bury it in the soil, let's see if they're going to grow in this pot right here. What do you think? Should I bury it here and see what happens? Because if I put it any place else, it'll get disturbed. But there's little tiny trees growing out of it. I'm seeing green coming out of it. That's the maize that was there growing. To bury this corn here to see. Just an experiment. I'm burying the corn to see if these going to grow. See, that's already have a seedling coming up. Okay, let's see if they grow. Just an experiment. So guys, I'm down here for another beautiful day, another beautiful sunset. And it was a long day for me. I've been working. I've been rambling a lot. I had my cabinet guy who made my doors, my carpenter guy who made my doors and my cabinets here. He did fix one of the doors that was a little like misplaced. He had to shave it down so it could fit properly. And that was the outside doors, not the inside. I think just being outside here, it wasn't fitting right. So he came and shaved that. And then upstairs, I needed him. Well, he came and changed those doors for people who are going to say, oh, that's a long time. He did come and change those doors that was scratched. And I gave him the piece of, I still can't remember the name of that countertop. Anyway, I gave him that piece that was left back from the countertops to make me a small table because it was a small piece of slab. And I told him to make me a small table, but the size of the height of the table, and I told him, but it was a long time ago and he probably forgot. It took him a while to make that table and bring it because he didn't charge me for making it and the materials. So he took his time. And then I needed him to adjust the cabinets, the island a little because it was a little uneven. So he put a little something under to make it even, level it off. Those three things he needed to come and do. Bring me my table that he promised me. And then fix the door and adjust the island. So that's what he was doing here. He had already come and changed the doors. I just didn't put it on camera. So anyway, it was a beautiful day. I did mix some soil. I did not get to put them in bags. I might still go upstairs and put them in bags. I did make the sachet bags, cut the tops, and just need to put the potting soil that I made. Because, guess what? I finally see some seeds. Remember, I put those bigger seeds to germinate. And only one tamarind seed germinated. But I still have more tamarind. These are the sweet tamarind, though. They're not the sour ones that I got from the store, and I saved the seeds. Hopefully, they grow. So, the tamarind tree and the soursop seeds are going to go in, guys. Finally germinating. And also, what else germinated? Yeah, those I see so far germinated. I have to put them in bags. Well, those are already in bags because I put those in the bags already and planted them directly in the bags. But my cucumbers, they're getting big so fast. And I'm not ready to plant them in the bed because I have to work on that some more. And I don't have time right now. So, I'm going up there to make the bags to plant the, transplant the cucumber seeds. Those watermelon seeds that I bought from the store, I don't know why it's taking so long to germinate because I think watermelon germinates pretty quick. So anyway, look at the birds. They're up there, guys. They're up there. Let me turn the camera around. There, look at them. They're getting adjusted well. This is why I could have more birds, because there's plenty room. People is like, oh, it's too small for 25 birds. It's too small. It's too small. It's not too small. They have plenty room, and if I have those sticks across that they could stand on, plenty room. And I'm making some more. I'm just waiting for the carpenter to come. So that's that. I have to work on down here some more, but I can't do it right now. Anyway, I was closing the video in the sunset. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. Help me get to my 10k subs. 10k, yeah, that's my next goal after 5k. 5k, I'm just trying to get to 5k subscribers. I'm on the road to 5k. I'm almost at 4k right now. And hit the like button, share the video. Some interesting stuff is going to be coming up. Share the video. Tell someone about my journey who is thinking about coming to Ghana, because it could help someone else. That's why I share my journey here, good, bad, ugly, truth. Anyway, and that's why I put it on YouTube. Nothing else. Not for fame. The money is not that much, even though I could use every bit of it for the plants that I have here. Thank you guys. Greenhouse. Run going that way. And it's a run, so they'll be down sloping. I'll have to move more lemongrass. Or I might just incorporate that into the run. Let's see if they'll eat it, because lemongrass might be good for them. And it's very tough plant. Anyway, so I'm still on the last load of laundry, but I got a lot of it to dry. I gotta pick this up. These are curtains and sheets and stuff for the stuff that I got the other day that I have to wash. So I have to continue tomorrow. One day at a time. Thank you guys again for watching. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Guys, look at them. They're eating the lettuce. I put lettuce in there for them. So all the lettuce I have there, I'll be feeding them because they're eating it. These birds are hardy birds. They eat. See? They're eating the lettuce. I just put some lettuce. It look like they're liking it too.